Hello, I'm Alan Krieger, a member of the Consulting Alliance, and I'm here to present a short video tip for consultants and companies that work with them. We've all heard stories about poor consulting practices. You want to be sure to avoid situations like this.
What do you mean you wanted all the data included in the report? The scope of work clearly says that we're going to give you a summary, and that's what we gave you. And a summary is just a paragraph or two.
But a paragraph or two doesn't give me what I need. I need to know all the details. You spent time with our people, and I need to know what the results are. This report's useless.
Okay, so a simple word like summary can mean vastly different things to different people. And if success depends upon vaguely defined words, disaster is a likely result. I've learned a few things about communication over the years, and I'd like to share a couple of tips with you. The first one is to be specific when you're defining your scope of work. Talk about exactly what services you'll provide and what the results will be. You want to be clear and behavioral if you can, so people can see exactly what needs to be done. Words matter, and interpretation matters even more. So take the time you need to define your terms, and use examples and illustrations to show what you're talking about. The second thing is to talk about how you're going to measure results. What are the criteria you're going to use to define success? You want to test for mutual understanding, and again, make sure that the results are stated in clear and specific terms. Third, consultants act on behalf of their clients. So the scope of work should be action-oriented, should be stated in behavioral terms, and talk about what you will do and what will happen as a result of the outcome. The more behavioral you can be, the more measurable and specific the outcomes will be. You don't want to end up like this.
What do you mean you're not happy with the results? I designed and delivered an off-site retreat that was exactly what you were looking for.
It's a little late to be discussing this now.
Well, can you humor me? Tell me a little bit about what exactly you were looking for.
Well, I expected that people would work better together. They'd be able to make plans and coordinate things.
Oh, I thought you wanted people to get along better.
Once you have specific and measurable outcomes, then it's important to check and see if the results are realistic. Life often gets in the way of the best laid plans, and sometimes there are factors outside your control. So it's important to think about contingencies and build in some process to think about the what-ifs. Make sure you are both on the same page and are ready if changes have to be made. Finally, you want to be crystal clear about deadlines and timeframes. If it matters when something has to be done, say it clearly and specifically. The end of the day could mean 5 o'clock or it could mean midnight. If it's important, say it clearly. You also want to build in some checkpoints along the way. You don't want the whole project to rest on one final deadline. You want to have times when you can check in as you're going, make sure you're both in sync and on track. So these 5 tips can be summed up with the acronym SMART. You want to be specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. Let's take a smarter look at our consulting scenario and see how they're doing.
And you like to have your staff develop some specific procedures during the retreat, if I understand correctly. So what would a successful outcome look like?
Well, I don't need them to do procedures so much, but I want them to work better together. I want them to really be a team.
Got it.
I hope you found it helpful. For more tips and for a list of outstanding consultants, visit our website, www.consultingalliance.org. Thanks for listening.